Good morning, everybody. Today's March 10th. Let's go over every game happened on March 9th. Monday night, we only had 5 games. Let's talk about them. The first game is the 76ers lost to the Cavaliers 101-115. No surprise, no Embiid, no Maxey. Hopefully, Maxey comes back. And I realize Sixers have a 5 game this week. So if you were to stream Quentin Grimes, especially Maxey end up missing 2-3 games. Even when Maxey plays, I do expect Quentin Grimes to get 35 minutes, and he had an okay game here, 17 points and 2 threes, but he could legit average 20 points just like he did last year. For a while, he averaged 25 points on this team. So Bona, I like him a lot. It would be a great stream as well. I don't think Embiid is coming back anytime soon, not this week. Same thing with Barlow. He could also be streamed. Like Monday, Tuesday, all these guys would be in a great stream. Even Cameron Payne, I think, yeah, as long as Maxey misses time. So Quentin Grimes is a must roster. For now, Cameron Payne, Dominic Barlow, Bona, these guys, we should be streaming them. For the Cavaliers, Harden and Donovan Mitchell had a quiet game, both guys, but good enough. And Mobley had just 15 points, but did have 3 blocks as well. Because it was such a big blowout, the minutes were low across the board. We look at the next game, the Grizzlies. Well, both teams were tanking. High scoring game, as we expected, 115-126. Basically, any matchup versus the Grizzlies, I think we want to stream the opposing team. If guys that could be streamed. On the Grizzlies, I'm surprised they actually gave some of these guys 30 minutes. So Prosper had a decent game with 1 block, 15 points. I like him. I guess a lot of guys were out, so they have to play guys higher minutes because, Gigi Jackson took 21 shots. Unfortunately, just 18 points, and he was a minus 26. Cam Spencer, 8 assists, still in 2 blocks. Yes, Cam Spencer, Gigi Jackson, Prosper. Jamal Small, yeah, if that's going to be, if everybody's out, then, he has streaming value as well. He had 19 points, 2 threes, that's not bad. So, yeah, for this Grizzlies team, it's really about who's playing. And if we have another situation, Ty Jerome, Taylor Hendricks, all these guys are out, Cam Spencer, I like him, Gigi Jackson, those guys should be prioritized. For the Brooklyn Nets, kind of the same situation. I like Nolan, who just played 23 minutes, had a great game, but yeah, he should be getting more minutes for the most part. They did not have Kevin Porter Jr. this game, so you would think some of these guys would get more minutes, but that's not the case. Noah Clowney actually got fewer minutes this game here. They also try to rest younger players as well. Nolan and Noah, those are the 2 guys that I like. For Brooklyn, so we should at least roster them. Depend on their schedule, of course. Nolan, great assist guy, and great assist threes and some points, and Clowney just defensive stats and threes and a little bit points. Claxton, they're still playing him, 2 blocks and 5 assists, but you can see like the minutes are just all over the place here. Everybody's playing 20 minutes, so it's hard to stream because you just never know who is getting the minutes. And that's kind of the same situation across the board with so many teams. All right, move on to the next one. That's arguably the biggest game. OKC versus Denver. And of course, pretty much, every time they play each other, it's always so close. Jokic drops a big triple-double, 32 points, 14 rebound, 13 assists. Crazy good efficiency, but wasn't enough. Jamal Murray struggled a little bit, 21 points here, but did have 6 assists. Tim Hardaway Jr. absolutely popped off with 8 threes, 28 points, but actually, even though he shot the ball super well, he was a minus 10. Aaron Gordon was a plus 14. It's good to have him back if you're the Denver Nuggets. If you need points, some threes, some rebounds, Aaron Gordon, you could roster him, but yeah, they're being careful with him. He's not getting a lot of minutes, and he's probably gonna miss some back-to-backs. So I would check his availability status before I stream him because you just never know, how many games he's gonna miss. And Cameron Johnson now gets 23 minutes. They clearly trust Tim Hardaway Jr. more. So if you need threes, go with Tim Hardaway Jr. It's the easiest and more obvious choice. Christian Braun did play high minutes, so if you need some threes and some defensive stats, and he shouldn't hurt you anywhere. Although he doesn't really get that many defensive stats, he had 2 steals and block here, which is good. For OKC, there's still so many guys out, so Jalen Williams could be a great stream. He absolutely popped off with 29 points and 7 threes and 2 blocks. Unbelievable game from him. And of course Isaiah Hartenstein was out. They had the other Jalen Williams was out as well. Doesn't really matter. OKC is just super stacked, to be honest with you. Like you have AJ Mitchell coming off the bench, play 29 minutes, really good game, 24 points. So it's not like, of course I forgot about Chet Holmgren. So it's like, yeah, I mean, their best players, some of these best players are out, but their bench is so good. And Jalen Williams come in, has 29 points. Like, yeah, maybe he's not as good as these guys, but I don't think the gap is huge. Like AJ Mitchell, the gap between AJ Mitchell and Jalen Williams as players, of course, Jalen Williams is better. But yeah, I don't think the gap is Isaiah Joe coming hit 3 threes. They just have such a good team, to be honest with you. Lou Dort, of course, he's really out here just fouling people, 5 fouls. But every team needs that guy, like Draymond Green for the Warriors. Yeah, just mess up the other team's best player, create hectic, because offensively you don't really care. You really just want to be on the court to create chaos. Not that OKC needs it, because usually they're the better team. So if they just play their game, they should win for the most part, at least in the regular season. I think in the playoffs, some of their weaknesses, might get exploited. They're not the best. Some of those guys, some of the best players, like Jalen Williams, for example, is not the best shooter. So, some teams kind of exploited that last year in the playoff, just kind of leave him open. But then he's going to pop off with 30 points, and then the next game he's really going to struggle. But, of course, Shea, he hits the game winner. What a game from Shea. 35 points, 15 assists, 9 rebounds, a steal and block with 3 threes as well. Moving on to the next game, we have the Warriors lost to the Jazz. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what happens when you don't have Curry. It is away, so it was a road game. Podziemski continues to play well, 8 rebounds, 2 steals, and 14 points and 4 threes. DeAnthony Melton played just 20 minutes, but he needs to be rostered. I don't think we need to worry too much about his minutes. Quinton Post, if he starts, he's so reliable, giving you threes. Although he has 0 here, could be a great 3-point streamer. Draymond Green had 11 assists, but don't think he needs to be rostered unless you need points, rebound, assist. I'm sorry, not points, rebounding and assists. He doesn't even get that many defensive stats at this point, so really just assist. Gio Santos, well-rounded game again. 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and 15 points, hit 1 3. So yeah, I like him. We should be rostering him and Podziemski and DeAnthony Melton. Curry is still not back yet. For the Jazz, well, they somehow Keontae George played, but of course, in Jazz fashion, he played just 24 minutes. John Conchar, I like him a lot. I really like him in fantasy. Played 33 minutes. If he starts, and you need those peripheral stats, easy stream. 3 steals and 10 rebounds here, and 3 assists. Filipowski, finally, he's played just 25 minutes. I don't know why. He should be getting more, but yes, here we go. 19 points, 15 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals and block. Like I said, he's kind of a Kelly Olynyk type of player. If he has good efficiency, he's like top 20, top 25. He really gives you everything. Really good game here. 6'6" from the free throw line as well. Cody Williams played 43 minutes. Doesn't really offer you a lot of stats, to be honest with you. And the last game of the night, you have the New York Knicks lost to Clippers 118-126. Cat, back-to-back games, he has good games. 35 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists with 3 threes and a block. Missed a bunch of free throws, but that's all right. Jalen Brunson also had a decent game with 8 assists, 28 points, but just was not enough. And in true cat fashion, he had 6 fouls. OG had a good game offensively and added 2 steals and 3 threes, 22 points. And Mikal Bridges continued to struggle. Yeah. I know he's a great fantasy player. He's just struggling right now. But yeah, let's say you have a situation, given how much he's struggling right now, and Knicks don't have games for 3 days, like he might be a drop. Because this is already second round of the playoffs. So you only have 1 more week, so. And he's got low minutes to play just 26. For the Clippers, Kawhi, of course, beautiful game, 29 points, 7 for 7 from the line, added 8 assists as well. I think with Harden gone, right? Well, you still have Garland there, but yeah, maybe Kawhi can do a little bit of playmaking. But the thing about Kawhi is really his availability. Brook Lopez played 30 minutes, had a blocks and threes. Definitely a guy we could roster. Derrick Jones Jr., another great game. 4 3, 16 points, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. Perfect 3-and-D player to have on your team. He can add, some rebounds as well. And Benedict Mathurin, if you need a free throws here, absolutely must roster. 8 for 9 from the free throw line, 28 points. And that's it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.